Senator Canavan.
Thank you, Mr President. My question is to the Minister for Human Services, Senator Payne. Can the minister outline to the Senate how the Australian government is helping Australians in the Northern Territory and Queensland respond to Cyclone Lam and Cyclone Marcia?
The Minister for Human Services, Senator Payne.
Thank you very much, Mr President, and I thank Senator Canavan for the question. As senators will know, both Tropical Cyclone Marcia and Tropical Cyclone Lam have had devastating impacts on families and businesses in the case of Cyclone Marcia in parts of central Queensland, but thankfully there was no loss of lives, Mr President. On Thursday and Friday of last week, the Prime Minister, the Justice Minister, I, Senator Canavan and the members for Capricornia and Flynn visited both Yeppoon and Rockhampton, and in my case Biloela as well, to see the recovery effect and to meet with families who really are still trying to get back on their feet. The Australian Government is providing extensive assistance to the people of the Fitzroy and Wide Bay Burnett areas in the form of both the disaster recovery payment and the disaster recovery allowance. The DRP, Mr President, is a one-off, non-means tested payment of $1,000 for eligible adults and $400 for eligible children who have been adversely affected by a major disaster such as Tropical Cyclone Marcia. The Commonwealth's decision to make the disaster recovery payments available to the residents of Fitzroy as soon as we could after the cyclone was of great benefit to those affected. The DRA is going to be able to support local economy by giving employees, small business owners and farmers a bit of a hand when they need it most. And this is assistance which is over and above, Mr President, the jointly Commonwealth-Queensland funded natural disaster relief and recovery arrangements under the NDRRA. That sort of assistance covers hardship payments to individuals, loans for businesses and primary producers, and support for councils to assist them in rebuilding impacted infrastructure. The clean-up effort, Mr President, is still underway, and there is some way to go, to be honest. The ADF, the Attorney-General's Department and my own Department of Human Services have worked tirelessly since the cyclone in Queensland to support communities affected by those recent cyclones, and we'll continue to work closely with the Queensland Government.
Has expired. Senator Canavan, a supplementary question.
Thank you, Mr President. Will the minister detail how the Australian Government is making sure Australians can access the support available to them?
Minister.
Thanks, Mr President. And in terms of access, I'm really quite pleased and proud to be able to say that my department was back up and running in Rockhampton, in Yeppoon and in Biloela on the first business day after the cyclone, albeit running off some very large generators. And when we bear in mind that the local staff have also endured the same experience of the disaster events as the community, that's a pretty big undertaking. In addition to manning those service centres, we've also had staff operating in both recovery hubs in Yeppoon and in Rockhampton. And to assist ease of access in more remote areas, we also diverted one of our mobile service centres, which I've spoken about in this chamber before, to this region from Monday of last week, and it has visited a number of smaller towns and villages. Today it's in Marmore, helping there. Our phone lines, Mr President, were open straight away. Since that Sunday, we've taken over 9,400 phone calls relating to both cyclones. We've received in Queensland 7,485 claims for disaster recovery payment.
Thank you,
as a result of that, granted 3,263.
Senator Canavan, final supplementary question.
Thank you, Mr President. Can the minister advise the Senate how the government is supporting Australians in the Arnhem region affected by Cyclone Lam?
Minister.
Thank you. I can do that, Mr President. Thank you, Senator Canavan, because, of course, the destruction on Galawinko and Elcho Island is also very, very significant, and the Commonwealth and Northern Territory Government have been working very hard to help the community get back on its feet.
Pause the clock. Point of order, Senator Williams.
Mr President, this is a very serious question. I'd ask you to ask Senator Cameron to stop interjecting while we get this very serious answer, please.
Thank you. Order. Order. Senator Cameron, on the point of order.
On the point of order, I'm only trying to explain that Queenslanders have been treated less than those in Victoria and Tasmania.
No point of order.
And the Senator should be honest about that.
Resume your seat, Senator Cameron. Order on my right. Order on my right and left. Order. Senator Cameron. Senator Cameron and Senator McDonald. Now, Senator Cameron, on your own admission you're interjecting. I'd ask all senators to cease their interjections. Senator Payne, you have the call.
Thank you, Mr President. We are used to the contempt that Senator Cameron has for the Australian people, so nothing is a surprise. The governments of Queensland, of the Northern Territory and the Commonwealth, of course, have joined under the NDRRA arrangements in East Arnhem and West Arnhem regions as well. We have remote servicing teams from my department in the communities of Gallawinku, Ramingining, Gapuwiak and Melangimbi to help expedite these payments. We also have local departmental staff providing specific interpreter services at Gallawinku, and we've sourced interpreters for the other 3 communities, Mr President. As I said, the Minister for Justice visited the region personally on Friday to meet with the community and also to announce additional assistance in the form of the Disaster Recovery Allowance, Mr President. Since the announcement, we've granted 255 claims in that part of the territory.
Has expired.